Okay, so I've been making what I call hay rake knives recently, and the reason I call them hay rake knives is because after my grandfather died, I went up into his field and cut off a piece of, well, a bunch of pieces of his old hay rake that was laying up there. And this is one of the tines, you can still see the tip on it there, of his hay rake. And with this, I was able to make a knife. Well, I could make the blade any length I wanted, but you could see how it looks there. So this is one of the hay rake knives, and I realized early on that I did not want to well sell on my grandfather's hay rake tines because it's a finite supply of them. So I decided if I'm going to sell hay rake knives, I'm going to want to make them out of steel that I bought. So what I did is I went out and I bought some O1 that is, you can see there, it is about the same dimension as the hay rake, a little thicker, but not a whole lot. Okay, so I got O1 and I started making hay rake knives out of O1, even though they weren't actually hay rake knives. This is actually one of those. This one here is O1. This is one I made a while ago, and it's got a little bit of a recurve to it. It's fairly small. I think this is the smallest of the hay rake knives I've made so far. Anyways, so I made a few of these, and I thought, hey, these are pretty nice. I should probably get something a little bit bigger. So I measured, and I don't even remember what it measured out as. And I thought, you know what, I don't want it, too much bigger. I'll order something. So I got online and I looked at O1, and I found O1 that was like a whole bunch of different dimensions you could get it in. And I just basically took a guess and ordered it, and I got that. So it's not just a little bit bigger, it's considerably bigger. So this is what I use to make some larger hay rake knives. And this is a piece of O1 here. And with that, I'm able to make a knife like this, which is quite a bit larger, fairly thick. You can see the thickness of it here. Actually, I did it and I really liked it. So I thought, hey, let's go ahead and do another one. So I made this, which is considerably bigger. Like that. So these, I can't realistically call them hay rake knives because, well, it's definitely not hay rake size material, as you can see there. But I don't know what else to call them, so I probably will, just huge hay rake knives. So this is O1 steel. The handle is ironwood. And you can see here, it's a through tang, and I kind of narrow it off at the end and then peen it over. Same deal with the other. This is also O1, and handle is also ironwood, and it's got that little peen tang on the end. And then I make this type of a sheath here to go with them, just so kind of like a pancake sheath with a fold over belt loop. And they slide in nicely and they hold fairly securely, and they pop right out pretty easily too. Just a little bit of a tug. So these are my gigantic hay rake knives. And I will tell you that these handles here, the way they're designed, and this is not my design by any means. I stole this off of a bunch of other Bowie makers who kind of do the similar shape handle, are really comfortable, and they're really, that little bill at the end, that little duck hook or whatever you want to call it, really gives good purchase. I think it just does not want to come out of your hand, even though I have it polished to a fairly shiny polish. There's not a whole lot of texturing there to hold it, but just the shape of the handle does that for you. So those are my knives, and this is the steel that I'm making them from.